Say goodbye to worries.
人生确实是
Life is filled with
不断地有各种烦
constant
恼。
troubles.
人生啊，
On
平
average,
均10至8
out of 10
10
days,
天里头有8、9天呢
8 or 9
都是有
days
烦恼。
are troublesome.
前面那个麻
When
烦
one
事儿
problem ends,
好像要收尾了，
another
新的麻烦
arises.
又升起了。这就像传染病一样，
It's like a contagious
一家
illness,
4口人，
like a cold spreading to a family of 4, and all fall ill. That's cold just cleared up, and then the child caught it. The first child recovered, and the older child injured his leg playing soccer.
烦恼
It's always like this. Troubles keep coming. Illness is bad, right?
疾病
Being sick with a short life is
还有
even
疾病
worse.
加短寿之苦。比如说你40岁
You might die
50岁
at 40 or 50 years old,
或者更年轻
or even younger.
亲人受不了，
It breaks your loved
光
one's
是痛苦
hearts.
就根本就受不了。
It is more than pain. It is
当然
unbearable.
还有是
There are many
后来有
other
各种
disasters
灾祸
too.
啊，尤其是
Some cannot
撞
walk
车
after a
有的
car
不会走路
accident.
还有
Some
的
can
呢
barely
能走
walk
路
or
勉强
cannot
走路
work.
但是不能工作，就是你的身体啊
Your
不能做
body
任何
doesn't function normally.
正常人那样的啊，就受不了了。
It's
还有
terrible.
的精神类的
There are various mental
精
health
神疾病
issues.
挺多的，比如说
Like what?
不就是
for
有点强迫
example,
症吗？不是有
OCD,
点超级更年期吗？
menopause can
超级
also
更年期
cause
差点把你房子给点
emotions,
了，
even
就
to
不
the
是有更
point of
年期
burning
了，
down your
简直是要
house.
改变地球。
That's not
还有爱之
menopause.
名
That's
精神
destruction.
病
In the name of
压迫你
love,
强制
people
你
with mental illnesses
必须
oppress and force you.
还有呢，
There's also
叫投资精神病
investment
好
madness,
不容易存点钱，
hard-earned savings and
好不容易
precious
说得了一点遗产，
inheritance.
哎，叫投资，
People invest
投出
this,
去就回不来了。
and once it's
还有为
invested,
啥只赚
it's
钱？因
gone.
为我穷怕了。
People obsess with
为
money
啥
because
输
they
了？
fear
就是因为穷怕了
poverty.
想多挣钱，想多套点
So
钱
they
回来，
invest
就穷怕
blindly
了。
and they lose
所以
everything.
众生的病啊，在各
Thus,
个方面，
suffering exists
就是
in
你
all
百分
areas
之
of
所
life.
想的事儿，
Any thought that you have
都会
can
引起你
trigger
大量的
countless
烦恼。
worries.
所以
So,
众生的
I'll
这些
sum up
烦恼哈，
all
我给大家
beings
总结
were
一下
troubles for
如
you.
佛所说哈，
As the Buddha said,
都是
it
因
all
为
stems down from karma. All beings'
业力
afflictions
生病，
arise because
失
of
去
karma.
智慧，
When karma is heavy,
因为没有智
wisdom
慧，
is lost.
本来不是痛苦麻烦的事
As
情。
If you lack
就变成了
wisdom,
障碍
even
很麻
harmless
烦。
things makes you suffer,
如果夫
turning
妻俩
into
天天吵
obstacles
架，
and pain.
会不会
If a
破坏
couple
你们的
quarrels
情感？
daily, would their love
会
suffer?
吧？女士
Yes.
们深有体会。
Women under
一
this
件事
very
唠叨
well.
起来没完，反复唠叨，反复唠叨。
Let's talk
第一
about
遍
the
就觉得对方
endless
听着，哎，
nagging
挺
on
好的，
one
还挺
issue.
有智慧。
At first, it
你
sounds
一
like
口气
wisdom,
说了30遍，
but when you repeat it more than 30
不是
times,
智慧，是晦
it's
气。
not wisdom, but a brewing
总是吵架
conflict.
关系就分
Arguments
裂，
break
越来越
bonds,
远。
pushing
就是不
people
断的
apart.
在黄金里掺沙子
Love
最后黄金
And
变成沙子
intimacy decreases, while
你的情感就
hostility
失去了。
grows.
越是这么无知，越吵架，
People
就会生出
become
无限的
more
色彩。
divided.
请问生气会不会欺
The
病
more
呢？
ignorant you are,
哎，
the
肚
more
子刚才
conflict you
鼓
will
起来了，
cause.
那
Does
不是
anger
生理上，
cause
不是情
illness?
绪上的
Yes,
问
it
题，生理
does.
上出现
Your
变化。
stomach swells
哎，
up.
你脑变化
This is not
看不
purely
见，
physical
因为
or
脑袋壳
mental.
太硬。
When the brain
你
is
的大脑这
affected,
里长了
we
两个
can't
包，
see the
两个东西
bumps
在咬，
or
其实你也看不
infections
见，脑袋没
through
鼓
the
起来。
skull.
但是肚子呢，这一块没骨头，
The
所
head
以
doesn't swell,
哦
but
就
the
鼓起来
stomach
了，
does.
看得见了，是吧？
So we can
所
notice
以
that.
从情绪
Emotional
变成身体上的
changes
伤害。
can cause
所以
physical
很多
harm.
事儿就是眼不见为净。所以为什么
So
活菩
things
萨
are
总是
better
看
left
这个眼神
unseen. That's why the Buddha keeps his eyes
就是说
half
别多管
closed.
闲事儿，
Basically, don't meddle in
别多
others'
看，
affairs. The more
就
you
越开越
meddle,
烦恼。
the more
所
trouble
以
you
人修
invite.
到
By
50岁
50 years old,
开始眼花，
people's eyesight
眼花
begins
很
to
多人不懂
blur.
事儿，完了还
Many
去
seek to
还去
improve
做
their
手术，
vision
非得让人
through
眼睛清亮
corrective
的。
surgery.
是不是眼睛花一
Blurred
点的时候，
vision
哎，
may
是不是还
produce
早？眼睛
conflict,
一亮，哎，
while
是不是
clear
又来
vision
了？
does the
耳朵
opposite.
开始有点听得有点糊涂，对不对？
The same applies
过
to
了
your
50岁，你的
years
听力
after
就留一半儿是
50.
对的。
After 50,
这完了之
your
后再做
hearing
个手
drops to
术，安点小
50%.
喇叭，
Don't
什么都
fix
听得
it.
见。
And once you do, you hear
哎
everything.
呀，
You-
所以
When
很
you
多人
see
连你家那
clearly
一口子都
and
搞
you
不
can
定。
hear
你
every
自
little
从
thing
换
that
了耳朵
causes
换了
you
眼睛片儿之
suffering,
后，
even
再
your
不来听
grandson
见你
peeing
孙子撒
or
泡尿
passing
放个屁，在你屋
gas,
都听得见。
can you think you can
你
sleep
还能有
peacefully?
安生的这个睡眠吗？这该听见
How
多少
much you
这是
hear
命运的安排。
is fate.
要到年老之后说，
When you are
我
old,
清楚了，
If you retain only 30% of your vision or hearing, you won't hear people calling you an old bastard. You simply won't hear it. That is happiness. You might even respond to insults with praise. If you hear well, you'll hear insults thrown at you. Also, your legs weaken as you age. If you try to run, you may fall and fracture your pelvis. And then, you should just walk normally. Don't go too fast. Don't run. Do you agree? Some say going blind at 50 is a fate's design. And when you can't see, you suffer less. So what causes cataracts? Some say it's inherited genes. That's part of it, but mostly it is the liver heat causing damage. Just like your cattle, after boiling for 2 years, develops a layer of built-up like cataracts. The earlier cataracts form, the better. You'll be freed sooner. Out of sight, out of mind. Yes, there is a classic story. Do you want to hear it? All right. Over 300 years ago in Japan, there was a samurai. Skilled samurai could deliver fast, powerful strikes capable of cutting a person into half. Yes, and after reaching a high level, he went blind. His master cared deeply for him and taught him the blind sword style. But he never fought anyone before. So one day, another samurai appeared. He challenged others and injured them. The blind samurai's master also suffered a leg injury. The blind samurai was aware of this. He couldn't see, but he could hear his master screaming in pain. He was told that the man had won every duel across Japan. Anyone who fought with him either died or was injured. He always won. The blind samurai was eager to challenge him. Forget it. You can't even see, yet you still want to try? As soon as the samurai heard he has been challenged by a blind man, he chose a duel spot. Accessible only by crossing a bridge. It's like two mountains with a broken cliff in between. A large log was placed across the gap. If a blind man tried to cross, he will likely fall and perish. The blind samurai's master immediately knew that it was a dirty trick, and he warned his disciple not to fall while crossing the unstable log. If he fell, the duel would end before it even began. So, the blind samurai challenged him. Since he couldn't see how formidable his opponent was, he felt little fear. That's the first point. He also crossed the unstable log calmly and steadily. It was just a wobbly log. So how did he manage it? First, he was blind. He used to be able to see, but he lost his sight along the way. Losing his sight made him suicidal. Now, he no longer feared death. When crossing the single log bridge in high winds, he was incredibly calm. He overcame death. He was fearless. Since he couldn't see the danger, he crossed the bridge with ease. As he could not see his opponent's moves, he focused only on his finishing strike. He was seeing with his heart. This was a samurai in a heightened mental state who saw with his heart. You too can attain this. But do you have the will to strive, to be brave, and to improve? A blind samurai, isn't that suicide? You're blind, yet you think you can defeat your enemy? Isn't this a joke? Seeing with your heart is more powerful than seeing with your eyes. This blind samurai style, combined with mind and technique, physically, he might be weaker than his opponents, and he knew it. So he relied on exploiting his opponent's weaknesses to achieve victory. Many swordsmen know how to protect their upper bodies, but not their lower bodies. He hacked his opponent's lower leg. How could he? The legs generate power for all movements. So, the blind man focused on the sounds his opponents made when they moved. The samurai he challenged lowered his guard, and his leg paid the price. It was a powerful, lethal blow. The duel ended immediately. Still, he spared the man's life. Ignorant yet fearless. Not seeing makes you fearless. I hope this inspires everyone a little. What you see or hear may not be the truth. In other words, our sufferings do not happen without a reason. Wisdom is obscured by heavy karma. More than 2,000 years ago, Buddha taught us that the four great sufferings are unavoidable in life. The four great afflictions: birth, aging, sickness, and death. Why is birth itself a kind of suffering? As you grow, you realize and wonder, why are you born to a poor parents? Unlike a classmate whose father is rich and the mother is powerful and influential, respected and feared by teachers. The family you are born into determines how you suffer in childhood. Another suffering of birth is that some are born smart, and they have sharp memories and never forget. Over 10 years ago, a guy asked me for an opinion of him, and I said, "You are good, just a bit thin." Now he says, "Master, you insulted me back then by saying I was thin. I meant it as a compliment. Excess facial fats raises stroke rates, so being thin means that you have a longer life." He took it as an insult, and I said, but he said he was thin. After all these years, I had completely forgotten about this. A good memory is not always a blessing. I find that those with a poor memory are happy every day. Some say it means the lack of wisdom. They do not worry about today's crisis. This is one of the key ingredients for a happy life. And also facial features, your appearance. Looks usually resemble parents or ancestors. You look like your father, your mother, and sometimes a mix of both. Or you look like your ancestors, such as your grandfather or your great-grandfather. Your looks comes from your ancestors. Many women realize that no matter how hard they try, the prettier ones are always admired more. They wish they are born prettier. A beautiful girl showed me a picture of her parents from 28 years ago. Her dad had a crooked tooth, and her mother has a slight squint. Yet the girl was remarkably pretty. How did such a plain-looking parents have such a beautiful girl? Simple, she was
所以从
adopted.
出生就把我
From
们
birth,
判别了
we are
一个
defined by our
这
background.
是富贵家
A
庭，
wealthy family,
这是中产阶
a
级，
middle class,
这是官
a
宦家庭，
government official's
这是
family,
普通农民，
a farmer's
或者是
family,
流浪汉也
or
是这
even
样
a homeless
就
parent.
注定了他们出生的
These
印记。
are your
这出
birthmarks.
生这一天，
Our
中国
traits,
人称
as the
为天
Chinese
生
say,
啊
are
今天你
innate,
生成这样子，
such as
长
our
得这个
looks,
相貌，
our health,
健康状
and
态，
our
还有智
intelligence.
慧的状态，就是这样子。
Yes, this is
所
how it
以出
is.
生在
If
比
you
如
are
说
born
优秀
poor,
贫苦家庭，
can you
孩
receive
子
a
会
good
受到良好
education?
的教育吗？不可能。
No way.
别说和富贵人比，
Compare
和
it to the
中
middle
产阶级，
class,
比如在政府打工的，
not the
在
rich,
银行工
such
作
as
的，
people in the
和当老
government,
师的家庭相比
banking,
的话，
or
那
teaching.
贫苦的孩子
Kids from the
根本
poor
连基
families
本教育都
rarely get a basic
那父母是有素
education.
养吗？
Are their parents
哎
educated?
除了骂街
No.
就说粗话，
They only curse and speak
不知道
crudely.
怎么样。
Do they understand
父母亲
management?
会经营吗？
No.
不
They
会，
just try to get
会
by
活了
each
今天没
day
明天，
without a
怎么
life
去经营
plan.
人生呢？他会经营
If they
不经营
understood that,
混成这么贫
they
穷，
wouldn't be so
对不对？
poor.
所以这个孩子说
Does that
注
mean
定
that
了
their children will be
就是
poor
苦
their
定
whole lives?
也不一定。
Not
所
necessarily.
以生到
So
老
we live, age,
老死
grow old,
变老，
and die.
死那一刹那，
At the
无论
end,
多痛苦无所谓，
The
它是
pain
有
no
限
longer
性，对不对？
matters because
比
it
如
will
我
soon
痛苦了
end.
7天才死，没关
Suffering
系
for
不
7
就这
days
7
before
天吗？
dying is
关键你
bearable.
在死之
What
前的
matters
时
is
候
the time
你
before
又不
death.
是得一些重
Some
病啊
people
躺在
have
床上
serious
一
illnesses
躺
and can be
5
bedridden
年
for
7年
5,
10年，
7, 10,
冠
or
军
even
躺
longer,
35
like
年
35
能
years.
躺35年活着的人，
Living
他具备有
bedridden
一个
for
条
so
件
long requires
一
specific
家里
conditions.
有人
First,
有
the
钱来
family
付
must
这
be
个
financially strong
来
enough
管
to
理他，
afford
付给
care
他的
and
费用，
support
对不对？
for the
别
patient.
人得这个病，
With the same
最多躺
illness,
半年，没
some
人治好
survive
你
for
就死
only
了。
6 months without
哎，
care.
你有钱能躺
Would
30
you be
年，
happy surviving
幸福吧？
30 years in bed?
你也没躺过，你也
No.
不知道。
How would you be so sure?
哎，不幸福。
Not
那有很多人
happy.
说这也幸福，
Many
这是
people
怪
say
老
this
子有钱呐，
happiness because they die
这是
rich.
死之前的死相之一。
This is one way to die.
那想到这么拖拉的死，
Many
很多人说
people do not want a lingering
你
death.
哐当倒地上就
They
死了。
prefer to
你
die
死那一
quickly.
刹那，如果你还有一丝
Before
的
death,
滋味的
if
时
you
候，
can still
你会不会
think,
遗憾呢？
would you regret?
说挣的钱呢？我挣的钱
My
没
hard-earned
花呢。
money
那
is
领导人说：“
unspent.
阎王爷，能
In
让我
hell,
回去一
some
下？
will beg for time
说
to
挣
spend
这
the
钱，我干了
money
50
they
年的
earned
活
after
哈，
working hard
都
for
完成了
50
200
years.
多万没花呢。
They need
回
more
去之后
time in the
享受
human
花钱的
world.
感觉。然后说
The king of
会
hell
花的，
would tell them,
他们
Your
烧2
children
亿
will
纸
burn
钱
$2
给你，
million for you.
这是
There's
孩子能烧
filial
2亿纸钱给
piety.
你，就算孝顺孩子了。我还没花那钱，
Then
这
they can
哪花不
spend
能
money
花
in
呢？
hell. Some
还有呢，就是一直
live
贫困潦
in
倒的
constant
生活，
poverty
最后冻饿而死在
and
街
end
头
up freezing and starving
这样
on
的
the
人，
streets.
他们的
Such
出身
people may have
通常都是
distinguished
很光
backgrounds,
彩的呀，
not
不是老
teachers
师，不是
or
警察
police,
啊，就是政府的
but
高级职员，
high-ranking
要不是老板的
officials
后代，
or descendants of
很多
wealthy
这种后
bosses.
代，2代、3代之类的，
This
是
second
冻饿
or
而死
third
的。
generation rich
为啥呢？
still often died
他们
on the
小时候
streets.
成长的环境
Why?
哈，
They
真的
grew
是
up having
要
the
吃的
best food
有
served,
无数种吃的，无数个勺子伸过来，这是牛奶，这是咖
like
啡，
milk,
这是麦
coffee,
片，这是
oatmeal,
菜汤啊，饭后
broth,
甚至什么，这是鲍鱼汁儿，
abalone
这各种各
sauce,
样的美食等着你吃。
everything and anything you can
你看这个过
imagine.
程哈，从小
Think about this. From
小时候
childhood
那
to
么富
old
贵的，
age. Once
为啥
wealthy as
最
a
后
child,
变成这种
why do they end
冻
up
饿而死
starving
在街头
and
的人？
freezing on the
凡是
streets?
与经济相关的，
These
花
people
钱
never
相
had
关
to
的，
worry
从来没
about
少
money.
但是突然之间，
Maybe their
你
parents
的
died
父母去世
suddenly
或者被人绑架了，
were
或者是
abducted
横死，就
or
算
met a
留了一
violent
笔
end.
财富，
They
你也
inherited
不
a
会经
fortune
营
but
管
had
理。
no idea how
那
to
么
manage
最
it.
低级的
The
就是
easiest
吃
plan
喝嫖赌玩
is
乐，
to
就
splurge
把这些
on
钱
food,
哈，咱不要
drinks,
说多做，
gambling,
你
and
就你很
pleasure.
有道德的去赌场，
Someone
你很
gambling
有
while
道德的去
chanting
赌场，你一边
the
念着佛，
medicine
一边
Buddha's
诵他的
heart
药师佛心
mantra.
咒，去了之后一样，一副死相走出来，
They do this, and yet they end
哎
up
对，
defeated.
惨不忍睹。
What a
你
pitiful
看觉得
sight.
哦，我白去
They
拜
felt
了
they had prayed to the Buddha in
我没让
vain.
你赌呀。
Buddha didn't ask them
赌博和
to gamble.
赌气一样，赌
To
气做事
gamble
没有好，
is to
赌
act in
博做事
spite. food, it brings nothing good.
所以孩子不会用
When children cannot manage the
而
money,
最后给荒
they
废了。
end up ruined.
去赌博的人
Gamblers
是平时我们在教
are a
育中
minority
是
among
少数的人
us.
这30个人当中有一个
Maybe one
那一个
in
是什么人
30.
呢？是最聪明的。
That
他自己
person
觉得
thinks
自
they're
己
the
做得
other
好，因为以外
smartest.
可聪
the wittiest, and the most cunning. They believe that they can fool everyone. Only those who think that they are the smartest happily enjoy entering the casinos but live in pain. They lose everything. At night, they can't sleep. So what do? They practice energy bagua. They might smash the TV or even jump from the buildings out of sheer rage. When you have the wealth, but you lack virtue, you endanger your descendants. They have never faced hardships, living like spoiled rich kids, which is dangerous. Many kids today end up depressed, swiping credit cards at home instead of working. They are rich and they don't need to work. They struggle with socializing but not with spending. They are much bolder online, pretending to be the opposite gender or older or younger than what they actually are. In person, especially around parents, they stay silent because they see no benefit. But when they are online, they open up. They seek sensory pleasures to satisfy themselves. This reflects their karma. To ensure that your kids live without worries, parents should not be too wealthy. Rich parents with depressed kids simply don't earn enough merit. Your yin and yang are out of balance. If you can't repay your debts, the spirits will harm your child. They will lead your child astray and destroy your life. This is how the spirits collect debts. Many women spend their husband's money on risky investments for fun, losing almost half their lives. They could even lose up to $20 million in a month. The four great afflictions in life: birth, aging, sickness, and death. The manifestation of karma arises due to the lack of merit. Now, illness. How does that manifest? One cause is hereditary. This is certain. Second, it comes from yourself, from your karma, not from your parents. Your appearance, your family's financial situation, your parents' intelligence, wealth, and status. It's all your karma. Your karma determines the family that you are born into. Some take comfort believing that they have earned merit and thus they are born into an official or wealthy household. Let me finish. This will change your mind. Who you are born to is fate. It is a judgment passed on you, a decree by the Hell King and the gods. Being born into a wealthy family can be a karmic punishment. It breeds ignorance and turns you into the prodigal son. What is that? You squander your family's fortune as you have never faced any real hardships. If your parents stop working, you have to study, cook, and sell vegetables all on your own. Such is life. Such kids are strong and emotionally more stable. The poor kids I've met in Qinghai and Tibet were all like this. They were either thieves or robbers. Why? Their parents were poor, so they had to support themselves. They did this to survive. It is their only way out. The father is deceased, the mother is unstable. They can only rely on themselves. Therefore, poor children have often become heroes. Today, rich are all self-made. They are too ambitious to work just for the monthly salaries. Employees focus solely on their monthly pay. The blessings we are born with have causes behind them.
所以我们
Parents
父母
work
努力
themselves
所以努力
to the
拼搏赚
bone
点钱
to provide for their children,
让你的孩子
only to
成为那样的
find
孩
them
子
spiraling
都是有
into
原因的。
depression.
那就说这么多工作者
Out
挣
of
钱的不
all
是
the
我一个人
hardworking
怎么
parents
叫我
out
去给
there,
这个孩子呢
why me?
叫前世
Why
的
my
因缘
children?
什么叫因
They
缘
cry.
你们之
The
间
answer lies in
前世
karma. In your past
都是
lives,
相欠
you
的
owed each other.
比如你生一个
You
残疾
met
儿
again in this life. If you have a disabled
你
son,
可能前
you
世
may
把
owe
他家
him
万
from
贯家
back
财全
then.
骗跑
You
他
might
们
have
一家人
cheated
就
his family
自杀了
out of their wealth,
今世
leading his
他变成
entire
残疾人
family to
受害
commit
社会
suicide. In
但
this
是你想
life,
通了这个
he
道理
becomes your
你社会就没有变
responsibility. Understand the
你不用打
cause,
他了
and you stop
你的孩
complaining
子
of the fatigue
智商
and
或
lashing
身体
out
有问
of
题
your
你
child.
再打他骂
If
他
you
折
abuse
磨
the
他
child with physical
来世
and
还
mental
欠社会
disabilities, you will
你
care for
今世
them
让你
in
社
the
会的
next
更
life.
厉害那么人病人躺在床
A
上受
bedridden
的程
child
度是不一样
means
的
a heavier
有的是
karmic
比较省
debt.
事有的
The
是
burden
没有5
varies.
分钟
Some
让
are
你就
easier, while others
帮折磨
exhaust you, leaving you no
你不去
time
做
to
还不
rest.
成
You must understand
会
the
想通这个
reason
道理
you have to pay the debt.
所以你的孩子
Raising
要
good
争气
children
不
doesn't
是
depend
你越
on
富
wealth,
千万记住
nor is
但是
poverty
也
a
不是
guarantee
越
of
贫穷
success. It's a result of
它是
many
经过
factors.
如果
Once
再有理
children
性孩子
understand
能够听得
words,
懂人
your
话
behavior,
你平时的
thoughts,
做人
and
思
family
考
conversation
家
starts to
家庭中的
influence
对话内容
their behaviors,
就影响到孩子
views
的做
on
人心智
society, and the
对社
people
会的看
around
法
them.
对社会朋友邻居等等的
They
看法
absorb this,
都自然就学到了
and it
这
stays
种
with
学到
them
是
for
今
life.
生都去不掉的当然你最多时候可能
Of
增加了一
course,
些其他
they will
的
learn other
一
things
些
later
知
in
识内容
life,
和它再融合起来
but what they see and
但
what
是
they hear
原来的
early on
眼
is
睛看到耳
imprinted
朵听
into
到
their
这一切
minds.
会印
It
到
has
孩子
become
的大脑
part of
中
them,
擦不掉
like the
就像
DNA.
DNA 一样这是必然要发生
This is bound to happen.
所以这种相互欠债 的
Karmic
这个
debts
关系
exist.
今生
If not
不去
settled
好
in
好
this
把这个
life,
债还完
they carry on to the
来
next,
世接着还就是甚至在
or you
让
make
你
your
在
current
今世
life
的
more
苦上加
difficult.
苦本来就遇上个不争
If
气
you
的
are
孩子
fated to raise
哎
a very
当这
difficult
种东
child,
西哈往外在爆发的时候
you
你的
become
心态
mentally
在特别
unsettled
的
when it happens.
就是不祥和
If
不
you
对
can
自己的
resist
命
it,
的话可能
new
新的麻
troubles
烦
may
就又来本来
arise.
伺候一个孩子接下来就伺候
It's
两个
possible that you have to
都
take
是一
care
样
for two now instead
或
of
者有
only
其他
one,
的灾难
or other
所以生老
calamities may
病
occur.
病的本
Among
身
again,
来自于
birth,
很多我们的
aging,
信念
illness, and death.
除了父母亲遗
Illness
传来
often
这个病
originates from our
这
thoughts.
个病还有
Beyond
很
what
多
we inherit
本
from our
来
parents,
就应该
illness
是
has
你的
other
而不
origins.
是父母
It
的
may come from yourself,
这个
not
新
your
的意思
parents.
想到
Sure,
父母
they
生了
give birth to
但
you,
是你再跳脱一
but
一个
consider
一个
another
层次来看
perspective.
说为什么你
Why
的
did
灵
your
魂
soul
会
choose
投
your
到你
mother's
的父
womb
母这个胎里去，而他们
and
成为你的父母，你
reincarnate
成为
as
他
your
的孩子
parents' child?
你说这是注定的，
Is this fate?
是业力的多
Your
少？
karma determines this.
因为你有罪业，
You might be born
所以你
into a
投到了一
wealthy
个
and
大富大贵
ordinary
的家庭
family because of your
因为你有
karma.
罪业，所以投到了一个普通家庭，都是有可能。
Anything is
所以
possible.
父母的病是父母的，
Your parents'
你的病
illness
是你
are
的，
your parents,
要这样
and
看
your illness
比如说我
is
妈有
yours.
心脏病，所以我才有
Look at it this
你
way.
本来你的
As
业
heart
力惩罚就应
diseases
该有心
can
脏
be
病，所以
inherited,
老天就
if your
帮你
karma
选
dictates
择你
heart
父母有这
disease,
些问题的时候，
fate places you
就把你
in a
带到
family with that family
是
history,
你成为他的儿女，
making you the child
这
of
是
this
你应得
family.
的。
That's
所
what
以
you
因为你的
deserve.
业，
It's
所以
your karma.
上天就像一个超级大电
Fate
脑一样
acts like a
你知道说
supercomputer,
他是
deciding
父母
who your parents
他
should
不
be.
会走路，你生下来不
You
会走路，
inherit the
这样
conditions
你
so
是
you don't feel
父母
unfair. Your past actions
所以你
shape the
身体的
diseases you
遗传的基
inherit.
因都是你前世的功德与罪过，也是
So
业
these
力
goods
而
and
形
bad
成的
deeds or
你
karma
今世的健
influence
康问题
your current health.
形成了你现在今世的，
They will also affect your present wealth and social status.
也因此形成了你今世的情感问题，
They also lead to your emotional
还形成了
issues
你接下来就是你的
and
儿女问
later
题
to your children's
都是与
problem.
你自己的业有关系，而与你父母的业没太多关系。
All of this relates
他
to
们有
your
他
own
的业
karma, not
就
your
是说你看
parents.
刚才讲到富贵家
They
庭，
face
父
their
母
own
拼搏
karma.
努力
I
还是富贵
mentioned
的
that parents work
为
hard
什
to
么
build great wealth. But the
所以
kids are
富贵的
spendthrift.
父母并不代表
See?
你将来就是富贵
Wealthy
的。
parents don't
所
guarantee
以
wealthy
父母的
children.
命就是父母的命
A。parent's fate
还
remain
有
their own.
兄弟姐妹
The
也
same
一样。
applies to
可
siblings.
你7、8个兄弟姐妹都
Your
从不同
siblings
的
may
时
come
候
from
不
different
同的
time and
时空
places
这样
with
飞过来
little
成为你的
connections
兄
to
弟
you.
那你们之间没太多关系。当然也有一种
But a
是仇恨关系
connection of resentment does
原本的仇
exist
没解完，
due to
这个
unresolved
让你
karmic
成为
debts
兄
from
弟
the
让你成为
past.
姐妹，你们打不散吧？总有共同
Unsettled
来的
karmic
人对不对
debts bring you
所以现在
together
在
as
家打
siblings.
现在在家打，你发了财，我给你
Born to the
请
same
大家
parents,
给你让请
you
大家
have a constant stage
那
to
中国
fight
有个富
upon.
豪，我就不说那个名字了。
You make the fortune, and
大概
I'll
15
be the
年左
one
右
to squander it all.
上市公
There
司
was a
资产
Chinese
至少有
tycoon, I won't disclose his name.
人民币
Around
现在这个
2015,
企业倒闭了，
his listed company had assets
给人
valued
出了一
at
个报告，
150
推波助澜，
billion
之后它开始
renminbi.
衰败，衰败
It
的时候
shut down now. The owner's brother caused the decline. Before it closed, the brother took all the money and divided it among himself, his wife, cousins, in-laws, and others.
这么一瓜分，
That
使得
speed
企业
up the
倒闭得
company's
更快
collapse.
亿万富豪
The original owner, once a
身
billionaire,
无分文，
is now broke
还欠债。
and in debt.
买他股票的人说上当了，告他，
Stock
最后
buyers sued
还
him,
判决还进监狱。
and he's now in
这
jail.
是什么兄弟？
What kind
这
of
是什么
fate
姻缘？
lets your
父母
brother
临死
ruin
的时
you?
候，很多人伺候父母，
Some don't
找不
care
到
when their
他
parents
遗产
are
的时候
dying.
大打出手，
They only
甚至
show
结
up
合
for the
黑社会，狐朋狗友，伤
inheritance.
害自己的兄弟。为了
Some
掠
even
夺
hire
父母的
gangs
遗
to
产
stop their siblings from getting their hands on the
这是什么
family's
兄弟？
inheritance.
这些人
You call this
不得
siblings?
病，老天都难容
If
他
they don't get sick, heaven will make sure they do.
活着拿你没办法，死了拿你
Your
没办法
parents couldn't stop you while
阎
they
王爷帮
live.
你报仇。
In death, they can
原来
ask
这
the
样的
king
人
of hell
就
to
是
settle the
放
score.
他是个报应。
The unfilial will face disaster. It's
你不
karma.
怕孩子死吗？
If you aren't afraid
所以
of
你的
death,
病
aren't you
来
afraid
源
of your
于
child?
除了继续
Illness
有这
can
个
result
具体
from the
伤害的
harm you
行为之外
caused,
还有很多时候就来自
and
于
also
你莫名其妙的起
from your emotions.
无论给谁生气，
Sometimes people get angry or jealous
看到你的工作中
of
的同事、
co-worker who get
同学，你
rises
觉得他工
and
作也不怎么样，
promotions
但是
despite doing
工资
mediocre
涨
work.
了，甚至职位名分提升了，这个人离你的办公桌
The
越近，
closer you are to
你
people
的
like
磁
that,
场哈矛盾感就来的就越
the more
强烈。
uncomfortable you feel.
你估计哈失眠1个月，
Some may lose
还要
sleep for a
看心理医
month,
生，
and therapy wouldn't help much.
病已经就
That's
有
when illness sets
嫉
in.
妒、
Jealousy
生恶病
breeds
癌
illness.
症就这么来的，
Cancer
肝癌
can begin this
也就这
way.
么来的。
For example,
有
liver
一点脂
cancer.
肪肝不至于要
A
命，
mild fatty liver
很多这
is
种
usually not
太过要
fatal,
命的病，尤其是癌症，
but many fast, deadly
很多都是
diseases,
情绪造成的。
especially cancer, are
还有
caused by emotional
杀心
stress.
较重的人，
People
伤
with
肝、
deep-seated
伤肾、
hostility
伤肾
end up damaging their liver, heart, kidney, and
除
even
了让你
eyes.
嫉妒，嫉妒就会生气，
Jealousy
就会
leads to
气愤，
anger.
气愤之后，
With
你
anger,
做出了一些行
people
动，
may
比如
slander
说
others.
诽谤他。我们北方口头说的就是给他小鞋穿，
It's like tightening the screw on them,
给他挖个坑让他跳，
making their lives
在老板
harder,
面前说他闲话，
like speaking ill of someone in front of their bosses
有
and
吧？
parents. Have you ever
有没
done
有
that?
在没有道理的情况下，给人
Have you ever lashed out for no reason?
愚昧的火发火，给人发火吵架，尤其是通常是给家人
Especially at your family?
家人受了伤，等你情绪下来的时候，
Just completely
你
irrational
知道
anger.
不能期吗？这种行为叫什么呢？
After hurting them and finally calming
就
down,
发火越
you just
多，
blame it on
我
menopause.
们
What kind of behavior is this?
缺少智
More
慧
anger shows less wisdom,
还有缺少慈悲的爱
intelligence, and
还有
compassion.
家庭，比如说你的
And in a
夫妻之间
family,
等你的那个所谓新鲜
if
期
you're
过去
married,
之后，
after the so-called
你有没
honeymoon
有找
phase
到理由
ends,
诽谤
have you ever looked for excuses to verbally humiliate your partner?
你的那个配偶？你想一想，你心里想着我要得幸
You
福
seek
但是
happiness,
当你面对
but your
现实的时候
action don't reflect
我
it.
们这女生多好，你总觉得
Many
你的
women often
先生
feel
不完美
it would be better if
你
their
怎么你那
husband
个脸如果换
looked
成
like
一个
their favorite
花的
male
话
celebrities.
这你先生听了之后，
Their
你心里想
husband
骂他
probably cursed them in
Sure.
silence. I'm sure he feels angry and hurt. If their husband looks decent, they wish he had more money. This is the worst thing to say to a man. Hearing all this, do you think your husband will still love you? Your lost happiness is on you. Then you'll blame it all on bad luck. Why did you speak to hurt him? Because that's what is in your mind. You mock your billionaire husband like he's a street bum. A woman's words alone can ruin a billionaire husband. And your promising child. If you are a parent, don't be the one who doses your husband's limitless potential with cold water and extinguish his energy. A good wife stands by her husband and lifts him up, championing his career, anchoring his life. At least be your husband's friend to support him in facing life challenges. That is a good wife. The five poisons often corrupt us, yet we still call ourselves good. For true practitioners, we haven't yet started. We cultivate the mind and control our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and thoughts, birth, aging, sickness, and death. These topics deserve deep reflection. No one can escape them in life. No matter how much you deny it, the source of illness, hereditary, karma, and emotion. In Buddhism, the first level of liberation is very simple. No killing. Cherish and protect all living beings. How? Don't use a knife, stake, foot, or hand to kill any plants or animals. Can you abide by this? It's not easy. Slapping a mosquito is killing. It's just a reflex. At home, when you see ants or cockroaches, you stomp them to death. Don't. Release them. Try not to kill, okay? Humans are not the only living beings. Anything alive, plants, animals, insects, is a living being. Don't treat stones as living beings. This is important. If you do this, accidents and disasters decrease. With compassion and no malice, your family is safe from evil spirit. Next, no stealing. Everyone is a thief, whether you admit it or not. You have stolen before. You have lost count of how much you have stolen. Have you ever stolen stationery from your workplace? You know, paper, pens, envelopes, insoles, chairs, computers, or hard drives. There was someone who worked in a carpet factory. When one bathroom carpet was enough, he laid 3. Guess what? The factory labels were never removed. He didn't bother, saying we all steal. He took pride in it. He gave me 2. But I refused, saying they were stolen goods. How about I sell them and use the money to buy something for you? I said no. Selling stolen goods for money, isn't that the same thing? So I said no. What do you want? I'll accept it, provided you earn it yourself. Using stolen goods is a sin. Your children might learn from you and become thieves. I saw an interview with a murderer in the US. I tried analyzing the face. He didn't have the face of a killer, but he was one. I bet he was a thief. I was right. Here is his story. In the interview, he said he went to steal, but the owner chased him off. He grabbed a pair of scissors nearby and stabbed the owner. The owner tried to chase him and hit him with a stake. Self-defense, he said. He said he didn't intend to kill. He served 4 years in prison for killing in self-defense. In the interview, he kept saying he was too weak to kill. He couldn't even catch a chicken. You're not a killer. Why did you kill someone? I only stabbed her because she was chasing me. I didn't mean to kill her. You can't blame me if she's frail. The interviewer said angrily, "If I were the judge, I'll add years to your sentence. You're a thief and a killer. Stealing money meant for medical bills or retirement funds is a grave sin. We must not only avoid stealing, but we must also practice generosity. No matter what religion you follow, whether a church or a Buddhist temple, support the practitioners. Also, help the poor. You will turn over a new leaf. Help 10 people each year. For 3 years, no need to buy them a house. Just give them $5 or $10. 3 years later, you stop stealing. You will eliminate a great sin. Also, support practitioners like me. This will speed up progress. If you cannot change, I will find ways to help you. What will I do? Perhaps your hands will cramp frequently as soon as you want to steal. Or you can't do it. I believe this method is effective. Thanks to the Buddha and Bodhisattva for inspiring me. It's important to know that those who steal are doomed to be poor for 3 lifetimes. No money, no house, no land, and no love. No thief is ever truly rich. They fence the stolen goods immediately to avoid getting caught. They could eat some noodles or rice to fill their stomach, but not them. They want to empty their pockets. They could spend only 10, but they'll spend 2,000 on a meal because they fear being left with nothing if caught. You won't be poor if you don't steal. It's even better to donate to a temple or monastery. The spirits know. The Buddha loves all. They will not let you be poor. The Buddhas never let their most faithful be poor. All Buddhists share one ultimate goal: the Pure Land. Gold is everywhere. Jam grows on trees. It is true great wealth. So if you sincerely practice and seek luck, don't worry about pensions or living expenses. Don't stress over medical or dental insurance. Focusing on this blocks wealth. If you are so small-minded that you only care about your own bills, how can you expect to become a great person who protect all living beings? Next, no lying. Those prone to lying or false speech are often the first to defame others. They deceive, sow discord, curse, and insult. They harm others with cruel words. This is a serious sin. Lying is easier than stealing. It's just words. To steal, you must go somewhere. But you can lie anytime, anywhere. So you must avoid false speech. And we should cultivate kind thoughts. Why kind thoughts? Kind intention leads to helping others and to using words that praise and encourage others. Speak kindly. Avoid hurtful words. Many couples grew more distant during conflicts. They drift further apart. Emotional cracks deepen, often leading to divorce. Even if not divorce, they fight often. They don't know how to communicate with each other. Why so polite?
你赞美他不是
We have been married too
你赞美
long.
他是对他的
A
肯定。
compliment is more than
比如说，
politeness, it's
在座的
recognition.
女士们，
Ladies,
你回家了，你老公煮
if
的
your husband has
无
dinner
论口味
ready
咸
when
了
you
一
get
点
home,
还是淡了一点，
you should compliment him.
你呢，
Even if it's too
别
salty
提
or
咸淡了，
bland,
你就赞美他，
simply
真的很
say
好吃。
it's
哎
delicious
呀，偶尔吃你一次做的饭，
Tasty
那么香呢，
and
充
amazing.
满智慧。好了，
This is wisdom.
你老公听了，
Your
别只做
husband will
开
be
心
happy.
这个月的饭我包了，
And you might even offer to cook for the whole
你
month.
越赞美他越想干活。
Praise makes him want to do
有一
more.
对真实的夫妻，
I taught a
当时跟我学
couple
法
30
这已经
years
30
ago.
年前了。他们是中国一个电影制片厂
They
的。
were from a Chinese
哎
film
呀，这个女
studio.
生啊，还一提她丈夫
Whenever
开
that
始
woman mentioned her husband,
真的，她那个恶心的感觉
she
一当
feels
场
like
早就
vomiting and disgust.
就恶心丈夫到那个程
It
度。
was that
我就
serious.
教她，你要
I
一定
told
要
her
女
that
性
to be a
为人
wife,
妻的话，
she
首先
needed
第一
to
项
learn
你
how
要
to
给老
cook,
公煮饭，是做的家务，
do
洗衣服啊
household
擦擦
chores,
地呀，
wash
烫
the
烫衣服。
laundry,
这
mop
个
the
女人真
floors,
听我
and
的话，
iron.
真的好好
She
做。
followed my
广
advice
东人嘛，
and learned how
做
to
两个
cook
菜，
dishes
煲
and
个
make a
汤，
soup.
其实我觉得还不错的。
I thought that
老
was
公
good, but her
这
husband
个稀饭太
kept
稀了，
complaining about her cooking.
那个菜
You know, the food
口
tastes
味太
bland,
淡了，
the wrong plates were used,
还有这个菜你用错盘子了，啊，这种菜应该用个没
and
有
so
花的
on.
盘子。等3次之后，
After the
这老
third
婆把
time,
锅和盘
the
子
wife
都打了
smashed the pots and
都来
plates.
找我。
Then she
之
came
后
to
我
me
没法
and
听你
said
的，
she
我
couldn't
这个老公
stand
就
that
不是
man.
普通的老公，就等着我把他给休了。
She
我
was
真
ready
的
to divorce him for
觉得
real.
好可惜，她老
What a
公我也认
pity.
识，人很老实，
Her
但
husband
是
was
说
an
话太
honest
实
man.
在，太贱。
I knew him, but he was
这个男人
too
太
blunt and harsh with his words.
他就需要他老婆哈，
He lacks great
你
merits
非
and
得打着
blessing.
骂着他，这痛快。
He was
做
only
他的老婆
destined for a wife who would
老婆
scold
给
or
人煮
hit
顿饭
him.
他受不了，
He lacked the
受到这么大的
capacity to
福报。
carry the blessing of a wife who cooks for him.
非得找茬挑刺儿。
He always
你
picks
看他俩
fight
没
with
大
his
毛
wife
病，
over
全是这
trivial
种小
matter.
事儿，所以越行越远。
So they
真的
grew
老婆
apart.
提着他真要呕吐。
His wife
这可
felt
不是夸张
disgusted
的
just thinking about
真
him.
想吐
This is not
这个恶心。
exaggerating.
为啥这么恶心呢？
Why so
我们这
repulsed?
些女同修应该理解，
Women know
男
this
人
feeling
通
well.
常称为叫大男人，对不对？
Guys should have
老婆做的今天忘
masculinity,
了放
right?
盐，是真的不错。我们就
When the meal
这年
tastes
今天
bland,
少
if
盐
the husband say,
那你听
at
着
our
说
age eating bland
老
is
婆就说这
healthier,
我忘了
his
放
wife will
盐
be
老公还挺
happy.
开心这傻帽
No salt
但是
yet he's
很开
happy.
心两人
Such
就
a
感
silly guy.
所以
Happy
对你
wife,
的
happy husband.
这个家人呢，啊，
Be
在说
mindful
话的
when
时
speaking
候
to your family,
对同事、
relatives,
亲戚
and
说
co-worker.
话也要学会，我觉得三思而后
Always
说。
think before you speak.
这一不小心哈，就说猛了，说多了，
How
说错了
much and what you
甚至
say
语气还有
matters.
眼神所以你
Tone
只站
and
你眼
glaze
神
matters too.
挖你哈，像个爪子一样的抓
Don't
你
give
流
a
血
side
的感觉
eye when giving compliment.
这都是叫没学到。
This is what amateurs
学
do.
到家，从你的眼神、身体
Professionals,
姿态
like staff at
很
five-star
多五星级
hotel,
酒店的那些
don't
超级
just
服务员
welcome
跟你
guests
说
with
话就是这样
words,
欢迎先
but
生
also with their body
欢迎
language.
从眼神、姿态都露出一副慈悲的健
That
相。
is true professionalism.
这是修到一定程度的。你到2级宾馆去的时候，
If you go to a
翻译一下
two-star hotel, the staff might say
斜
welcome
着眼看见，
while
啊
giving you
这
a side
这没
glance.
练到家呀。说光会说
They
话
focus on
没管眼
words
神和
but
表情
ignore body language.
这不行啊。
That wouldn't work.
从推销员来说，这些
Salespeople
人
like
啊
this won't
连
become
汤都喝不
wealthy.
上身心如一
Those
的
who
服务的这些人啊
wholeheartedly serve
吃香的
others
喝辣的
are
啊
valued,
赚钱很
earn well,
所以
and
这
enjoy
学到位
life.
学到家所以我不是在装
They
我
aren't
从内心
pretending to
里
be
改变
kind. They
是我
truly
是
are
做服务
kind.
的我的服务的最高
In the
标准是什么
service
这都是你
industry,
的客
the
人啊
highest
你挣的
standard
工资
is
都是
treating
人家买票你
customers
赚的
as
对不对
those who
你
pay
一
your
定是我的衣
wages,
食父母啊所以我给你服务吧你这样想不
treating
想通
them
吗
as your bread
这
and
样才
butter
有机的
shows
容
you have outgrown
要
bitterness.
不然的话呢我一边服
You
务着我
put
还
your
生
heart
气
into it,
还有很
or
多
you are served
很多
with
客
a
人
bad
说实话刺
attitude.
激人对不对
Some
所以
customers
小
are
姑娘
rude
长那么好看
and
做
ask
这么低贱
questions
的
like,
工作
why
吗
do you work
你怎么说
such a lowly job?
不低贱我
Just
乐意给您
answer,
服务
I
啊
love this
一
job.
下就解了这个
That's
事儿
it.
一当回事儿说我
Getting
跳回去
angry only
我不
shows
做
a
了
lack
我
of
下回去
wisdom.
是真生气了，就是这白惹那个气生啊，
So, learn to speak kindly. Avoid harsh words. Do not speak harsh words. Keep respect in your heart and always offer praise.
不管对谁，对你儿女也好，说我
More
生他
praise
养
and
大他，我还这
encouragement
么
is better
天
than blame with
捡着什么
anyone.
话来说
This
吗？
applies to your
一
children
样。
too.
你
Don't
的孩子
skip it
长
just
大了，
because
他有
they are your
智慧，
children.
他有
It's the
自己的思
same.
考方
Grown
式，但
children
是
may
并
have
不
the
读得懂
wisdom
你
to
作为
think
父
for
母爱
themselves,
他的心，
yet they
所以
still
你
fail
还
to
要
grasp
有
their
善
parents'
心，
deep
还要有
love.
善意，
So you
要不然
still
你孩
need
子就
kind
会误会你。
intention, kind
而孩子
words,
误会父母，通常一
or
误
they
会
may
就是很多年，解不开
misunderstand
这个
you.
心结。
And
所以
this
这样基教的做
misunderstanding
人不要傲
often
慢地
lasts
做
for
人，
many
对
years.
人家是
So
有一
live
种理解
humbly,
并且
not
爱护的
arrogantly.
心。所以我们的说
With
话自然
understanding and care
就
towards
会慈
others,
悲，
you
我们的
naturally
表
speak with
情眼神
compassion,
都是
and your
唯一的
expression and your
统一的慈
gaze
悲
will also
善良，
reflect your compassion.
这样人家容易接受。
This makes you
慈
more
悲的微笑
approachable.
啊，这个温和的赞美
A
会
gentle,
产生
compassionate
生
smile
产力的。
and mild
世界
praise
本来一个
boosts
人煮饭，
productivity.
供5个人吃就很
Cooking
痛
for
苦。
5 people
你
is
赞美
not
一句说
easy.
来30
With
个
a
人，老娘也
compliment,
不
the
怕。
cook can handle a dinner for
对，你
30.
看变成生产力
That's
了，对不对？
productivity.
这多好！
Isn't that
喂
great?
牛喂马也一样的，你光打它，
If you're
真
meant
的
to your
它真的不
livestock,
服气，不好
they
的。
won't work
你
well.
鼓励它，它一样
Plants
听
and
得懂。
animals
植物
respond to
都听得懂
encouragement.
所以科学家做的实验啊，
Scientists
就
tested
是
this.
骂，他们做对比组啊，
They
有
created
一组
control
有一
groups.
组那个小
One
动物啊
group of
就
bean
是
sprouts
骂
was
骂
cursed
就
and
是脏脏
scolded
骂
with harsh
还有一个
words.
什么都不管，
Another
普
group
通的，
received normal
对，
care.
还有一个就是赞美
The
的，
last group
就发现
received
骂
compliments.
的那个15天
The
就
cursed
死了，
sprouts died
但是
after
环
15
境、湿
days.
度、温度都一
Under
样
the
的话，
same
那个
humidity
不
and
赞美的长得
temperature,
好大呀，
the
好旺
praise
盛的，
sprouts
那
thrive.
个叶子上都
Their
布满
leaves
油，冒着
shine
油光。
with a healthy glow.
人更是这样，所以小
Even
树苗
more
都
so
听得
with
懂
people.
赞美的话，
Even
整个叫万物
small
有灵，
samplings
这
respond
叫
to
万物有
praise.
灵，听得
All
懂吗
living
哈？
things
对，
are
这是
sent.
有用处的哈。所以我们
So,
懂得这样
do
的
you
一种转变
understand
以后
now?
啊，
Once
哎，
you understand
我应该就
this,
开始用。
start
以前是
applying
发
it.
信息打电话的时候，
When
立
texting
刻
or calling your
放
family,
下屠刀，
show kindness.
立地成佛，立刻就善
Speak
心善意，
kindly.
好吧？给你老公、
When
跟你孩
talking
子
to
说
your
话的时候，
family,
就有
at
一个
least
至
sound
少的
rational.
像正常人的
Say
日
some
常
kind words.
说点好
Tell your
话。
husband how much you
有
miss
人你想你
him.
老公了，说呀呀，你自己变吧，不用我教了，
I don't need to teach you this.
好吧？这个有情一定要加些
Show
叹
some
气
feelings, like you
哎
mean
呀
it.
呀，老娘想死你了。所以呢，包括
So,
你孩子、
when
你同事
calling
哈，
or
就
texting your
打电话
children
呀
and colleagues,
发讯息呀，尽量哈。记住
remember
这个我
this
讲的这一
clearly.
点。我为什么教你这个呢？
I teach this
要离
to
苦，
free you from
你的
suffering.
运气开始
After
改
that,
变了，
your luck will
你
begin
的
to
人生就
change.
开始改变
Your
了。
life will be
所以说
transformed.
因为
Our
我们的行
actions
为
create
是造
karma.
业，因为我们的你就是善心，
Even
而
if
说
your
出恶话
intentions
的
are
时候
good, harsh
哪怕
words
对方是误
still
解的
create
也
karma
必造业，因为有一个人在恨
if they
你。
cause pain.
其实最恐怖的
hated
是
or
你的亲人在
misunderstanding.
恨你。
The worst is when your own family
你养
hates
了
you.
孩子，孩子在默默的恨你和诅咒你，你想想这是
It's
什么样的
spine
伤害？
chilling. Imagine the
还有
pain
比这
of
更巨
raising
大的伤
children
害
who
呢？
hate and curse you. Is
所
there
以
any great pain than
善
this?
心善意
So have kind intention and
啊，
speak
这个时候
kindly.
开始叫止恶扬善，
This stops evil
放
and
下屠刀，立
encourage
地成
good.
佛。你那个嘴就是
Speak no
屠刀
harsh words and instantly
你
attain
这个关
Buddhahood.
怀的、赞美的，就是佛呀。
Praise
从
and care
魔
for
语变成
others
佛
as
语
a Buddha does.
从魔性
Turn
变成
harsh
佛
words
性
into the words of a
这是
Buddha.
可以教化
Turn
的
an
可
evil
以
heart
转
into the
变
heart
灵
of a
魂
Buddha.
一个活生生的好人，非得变成个
It's
妖魔。
possible. Why
最后
make
你
yourself
自
a
己的
demon
爱
when you are
情都
not?
没有了
In the end,
啊
you lost your
精神也
love,
快
and
光
family
了
ties will disappear
啊
as
之
well.
后呢，你的厄运就来了，财富
Then
没有了，
misfortune
最后你
begins
老了之后
and
一
wealth
个亲人
fades.
问候你都没有。
Eventually, you become a lonely old
所以就
man.
是有人就前头都问我，
Someone
昨天都有
told
人问
me
师傅，我
they
这个
treat
挺好
others
的，哎
kindly.
人拿着照片
Someone
看
showed
我这
me
个女
their
儿，人
daughter,
挺好，长得
a
也
good and beautiful
男的女的
person,
都恨她，
but
为什
people
么呢？
dislike her.
就是
Why?
不说人
She
话，
speaks bluntly.
这很简单一点，不顾别人
They
的感受。
ignore others'
等
feelings.
别人都穿的破衣烂衫的时候，你非得穿个明星
Don't
的衣
dress
服啊，
like a celebrity when others wear tinted
你
clothes. Don't mock them by asking, "Are you in rags because you're broke?" You make others envy you by asking them to take your picture, flexing at reunion. That's when you become the target of everyone's attack.
除了不说话之外，
Don't be blunt or foolish. Be
要是
smart.
一个明哲保身的一个青年，
Don't show
见
off.
之后手别出风头，小心被人
If you
乱
do,
棍打
you might get badly
大家
bitten.
都吃不上饭。
Cooking meat in your yard while other staff isn't just showing off.
你还能活得明天吗？
It's
懂得这个风
inviting
险吗？
trouble.
所以很多的道理是
You need to understand what you learn
要学习
and
通常
apply
的
it
道理
wisely.
学会保护。
Learn to protect yourself.
要保护自己。
One of the
其中一
best
种
way
最
is to
好的
speak
方法
kindly,
说好听的话
but don't lie or
但是
deceive.
目的不是骗人的话。所以有人问过我，
Someone
那我们
asked me,
他们做的不好，我要责备
if
他
someone
对
did
不对？
poorly,
可是用
shouldn't
赞
I
美的方式的
criticize
话
them?
我是不是就害了
Won't praising them just
就是
ruin
不
them?
要特别恶意的
Just don't
语言
use
去责罚他
malicious
去鞭打
words
他去惩
to
罚他
scold
这
them.
个意念要去掉。
Verbal
这个错误
abuse
绝
is
对会发
wrong.
生和颜悦色的给他讨论
Drop that
这个
mindset.
错在哪里。
Everyone
说
makes
哎其实
mistakes.
我刚入职的时
Tell
候
your
和你差不多
juniors that when
我
you
犯
were
的错
new,
更多
you made
你看
even more
你们开始
mistakes.
站到同一个身份了吧？现在
This is
我
how
教
the
你
gap is
这么
bridged.
做可能会更好。
Then you
对方
teach
他
them
们
the
说我
ropes.
说这是我亲大姐呀。
That's how your
你们
subordinates
上面的
respect
关系
you
可以
as
是
their
好，对不对？
superior.
你就说白拿我工
If
资
you
做
tell
这么
them
差
they're
的活
doing
滚蛋
poorly,
滚
that
你
they're
娘了
liabilities,
完了
you're
全
making
否认
enemies
对方无
who
论
will
是否还在
resent
打
you
算你们已经有了
even
仇
after
人
they
了
leave.
对他的尊严多大的伤害
You have hurt their
说不定他
pride.
就是忧郁症一
They
直出来
might
打
be
工
depressed at their
被
first
你
job,
骂这个狗血淋
and your
头
insult
他
might
怎么面对
destroy
人
their will to live.
他一点自信都没有了
Lacking hope,
那我脆弱的人都会自杀的
the fragile may
一句话就
even end their
伤害，
life.
所以我们说好话不是骗人
Words
我是
can
善
cause
心
deep
的
pain, right?
啊为了引导他善心的
We
促
speak
进好大
kindly
家
not
的
to
关系
deceive,
如果说好
but
听
to
话
guide
就是为了
them
骗
and
你
build
骗
stronger
你财骗你
connections.
色骗你什么东西
People
这个
often sweet
就
talk
是
to gain
妄
something in return, such
有
as
个
money.
人的
That is
私
considered
利的目的
false speech.
说好
Using
话
sweet talk for
啊
personal
这
gain
个是骗子
is
这
an
叫绝对
absolute
的妄语
falsehood.
妄语就是污浊的
Lies
语
are
言
impure
所以
speech.
我们不是污浊的心
So our
更没
minds
有
are not
污
impure,
浊的念头
nor do
我
we
是
have
善意
impure
的
thoughts.
所以说好话
We are
不是
kind,
妄语
so
这
speak
个大家
kindly
要
and do not lie.
所以真实的
You
境
should
界就是
understand this.
我心里头对
Being
世界
enlightened
是充
means
满了
that
感激
your heart is
如
full
果
of
老板
gratitude
对员工
for
充
the
满了感
world.
激说挣了
A
钱
grateful
多挣了
employer
钱
will
我给
reward his
员工
staff
多分点
when
福
his
利
company makes
多
money.
买点礼物谁家
If a
真正
staff
有点灾难我
member's
多给你点钱支
family
持
needs help,
说公司
the
用特别的
employer
资
will
源来
assist
支持你
financially
一个
or
私人家庭的
materially.
这个困难那老板呢就是个非常像
This
菩
is
萨
a
心的老板
compassionate
对
and
你的事业越多
admirable
就算有一天
employer.
你倒霉员工都
His
可以把你
business
扶
will
起来
grow. Even in
员工都爱你
crisis,
的
his
所以你只要
employee
会
will
手
support
指
him.
哪打哪
They love
用
him.
非常有效的行动
When
力
he gives
和工作
order,
能力
his
老
staff
板
will
是
ensure
人
everything
干活而
works.
不会倒要好的社会关
This
系
is possible
学佛的人
when you have strong social
是这样做的。
ties. This is how Buddhists should behave.
我要付出钱
Offer willingly
智慧
money,
付出
wisdom,
时间
time,
付出耐力
persistence,
甚至付出更多还体力
and strength
甚
as
至替
well.
你担当什么事
Take responsibility. Women
女人
admire
看到
real
的欣
men
赏的是大男人
who
大
are
智慧
wise,
行为大方
generous,
不计较小
and
得
not
失
petty.
对不对朋友有问题我就
They
帮
help
忙没关
friends,
系
expecting
我乐意付钱
nothing
我
back.
乐意给你出力
They
这
do
是通过
this
没有
because of their
这是一
upbringing.
种修养大家其实尊重和喜欢
Everyone respect people like this. No killing, cherish all living beings. No stealing, give and make offerings. No lying, speak with kindness and goodwill.
那在我的境界
About my
大家
state of
想了解一
mind,
下我的境界吗
would you like to hear about it? Yes.
在很多年前
Many years ago,
应该21岁
around the age of
那
21,
个时候我就悟到了
I realized
爱护众生
the meaning of loving all
众
life,
生何为众生
everything,
一切有形无形
whether
皆为
with
众生
form or
你今
formless,
天所
has
知道的
life.
看到的都为众生
What you know or
从
see
走
is
路
life.
不刻意的踏地
I
板
walk
踢石
without harming floors or
我
stones.
无论碰到车桌子
I have no
任何东西
intention of
我没有
hating
觉得讨厌
cars,
没有这个
chambers, or
意念
anything.
我是爱这个世
I
界
don't feel any dislike. I
甚
love
至
this
花花
world.
草草
every flower and every tree,
我都是爱。
even the smallest blade of
爱不是个 slide， 像一
grass.
个爱情一样，我
I
爱
don't
你，
try
我
to
就
forcefully
回家
own
很
things
不
I
理
love.
我是爱的，爱当中带
My
着尊敬。
love is filled with sincerity, reverence, and gratitude.
所以当无所求，
In a
又充满了
state
爱心的
of
一个人，
selflessness
在那个状态
and
的时候，
full of love,
我听到看到的有一幅画，就叫天女散花。
I see
那个
heavenly
慈悲心
maidens
达到
scattering
绝对状
flowers.
态的时候，就有个标
That's
志，
what I
天女
see.
来，你能看到。
When compassion reaches its peak, you see the heavenly
整个
maidens
天空之
with
中，
flower
如
petals
像
falling from
毛
the
毛细孔
sky.
般的花朵飘零下来。你感觉不是清香好，
You
是
feel
你的心是
nothing.
清的。
You
突然之
enter
间
a state of
身
pure
就
mind.
见身，
It's as if your body has
我
vanished.
便无我，
No body,
寻身
no
不见
self.
身，寻我不见我，
It's a kind of transient beyond the
那种
body and life itself.
超然的，超过于自己
I was
身
in
体
that
和生命
state.
状态的那种
It is
那
myself.
样的一种境界，
I desire nothing
就成为了所谓的我。
and fear nothing.
那种心让自己无所求，也无所畏惧。那说吃饭懂吗？
What about meals?
哪在乎？我
Who
从小就
cares?
没有去任何一个公司
I
工
never
作过
worked for a
没
company
有
since I
我
was
除非给
young.
人餐馆帮过忙，
No,
没有
except
真正
helping
在
in
一个公司打过
restaurants.
工。
I never truly
那我
worked
有没
for
有
a
收入？
company.
没
Did
有。
I have income?
有没有牙医
No.
保险？
Dental
没有。
insurance?
牙医
No.
健康在我这儿没有。
Dentists get their insurance from me.
我有没有医疗保险？
Health
没有。
insurance? No.
人寿保险？没有。
Life insurance?
要
No.
啥没有？
I had
你
nothing.
们是三无，我是要啥都没有。
I've got nothing.
这正是我要的境界。
Absolutely nothing. This is the
我没
state
有
I
我就无所
wanted.
求。你
I
能
have
不能讲一点
nothing.
吓得你要死？
Yet I desire
对
nothing.
两口子打工，有一个人失业，全家人
A
抱头
pay
痛哭
cut terrifies you. In a family, losing a job is
无所求也
terrifying.
无所谓。
We don't fear that.
对整个
Without
社会
desire, we have no
看到的外
fear.
在环境全部
For
是爱的
society and the world, we have
所以
only our love.
我
So,
身上几乎不带法器。
I rarely wear blessed
我身
item.
上我带的时候有
When
时候
I do,
送给同修的
It's a
礼物
gift
我很
for
少带
fellow practitioners.
我没有自
I
我
seldom
认
wear
知
them myself because
当
I'm
我
in the
有
no
有个
self
意念
state.
冒出一个意念，我有
When a
要求
thought
的时候
arises
这个事情
or I
就会
need
自然
something,
呈现在
it
我的人
naturally
生中
manifests in
我
my
需要
life.
钱财，
If I need
钱
money,
就来了，
it arrives.
正是我需要的钱。
Exactly the amount I
我
require.
和所有的植物能
I
对
can
话，
talk to all
但是
plants,
我没有那么多耐心和
but I'm
所有
not
的动
very
物对话，
patient.
但是也能对。
I can
我和
talk
阎
with
王
all
爷能交朋友，
animals
能对
too.
话，
I consult the
能
king
帮
of
人找到
hell
生命。
to change the
因为
fates
你
of
爱这个
others.
世界，
I love this world.
最后这个世界
In the end,
和你融为一体。
I become one with it.
中国历史上有
In
位
Chinese history,
药神，
there's
李
Li
时
Shizhen,
珍，
the
有
legendary
些他
herbalist.
用嘴尝，有些根
Sometimes
本
he
不用
tasted herbs.
他是
Other
一个
times,
通灵
he
的
didn't
神
need
秘
to.
的一
He was a
看这个
psychic
草
healer.
这个叶子
Just by looking at
那
a
种感
grass
觉
or a leaf,
他就
he
知道。
instantly know its
我
nature.
呢，无数次的我
I've
见到这
done
种
this many
叶子这种
times.
草我没见过的，
When I see a leaf
我
or
对着这
grass
摸一
I've
下，
never seen, I
我
just
就
touch
体会
it briefly
它走
and
到我哪
sense
个
it.
脏腑哪个经络，
And
在
I
我身上
immediately
感觉
know
我
how
就知
it
道
can
它
help me.
有哪些医疗做，不是我神，
Then I understand its
所
healing
有的
property. It's
有
not
点修行
magic.
的佛弟子都
Any
能做
devoted Buddhist practitioners can do
叫做
this.
拈草
It's
为
called everything is
随
medicine.
时抓住任何东西
You can
都
turn
成为
anything into
能够
medicine
保护
that
自己的
protects you
药物，是救命的
or treasures
宝物
that save your life.
就是让我们的心呐、
It
和
comes
整个
from the
世界
heart.
融为一体。
We put ourselves in a state of
我就是
becoming
山。
one with the world.
山
I'm the
就是我
mountain, the mountain is me.
我就是树，
I'm the
树
tree,
就是我。
the tree is me.
这句话是不是很
Does
耳
this
熟？
sound familiar?
为什么在个八卦内功之中
These are
我
the
就这么说呢
instructions in
这
Energy
是我的
Bagua.
状态
This is the
你要
state I'm
这么
in.
想
Only with this
你才能进
intention
入到
can you become
我
one
与
with
自然
nature.
二为一。如果你这么想了，
If you think
就
this
是
way,
得到了。
you are enlightened.
你也可以拈草为药，
That's when you turn plants into medicine.
你给人的祝福都
Your
是有效
blessings will be truly effective.
对，要在这样的一种
This is a state of
心境的
mind
境
you
界
need
哈
to
这个
reach.
境界就是大慈
This
大
is great compassion
悲爱众生，
and love for all
但是众
beings.
生万物
All beings,
是天堂、宇宙、
everything,
空气
even heaven, the universe, and air, Even a drop of rain will support you. I thank the mosquitoes that bite me for boosting my immunity to protect me against plagues. You need to think positively like this. Don't hate the mosquitoes. Don't think that way. First, learn to kindly accept. You don't force acceptance, you accept it with kindness. See the good in everything. Show no fear even during global crisis. Stand up and move forward bravely. When the world needs us, we show love. Thinking this way brings wisdom. I share many things to bring joy to others and to help them learn more. This broadens your mind and prevents suicidal thoughts. This is my act of kindness. When you become one with the universe, there are no barriers within you. All obstacles are created by the mind. Feelings of defeat, failure, or doom come from your mind. As long as I have breath in me, I'm fine. I will keep serving and bringing peace to all beings. Everything you see now is an illusion. Now everyone, close your eyes, relax, and empty your mind. Some say, I can't let go because I'm worried about senior and children at home. Just let go. Imagine people living happier lives when you are no longer around. Just imagine, without you, the world will be a happier place. If you think that way, you can let go of anything. Let go of every worry, unemployment, rebellious children, or illness. Simply dissolve into nature. You are the mountain. The endless, vast mountain ranges, stretching towards infinity. You are the boundless ocean, embracing all life on earth. I'm the boundless universe. My body has broken down into particles, tiny molecules invisible to the eyes. I'm the boundless universe. No life, no death. No worries. No self. I died 1,000 years ago. No one mourned me. There was no memorial. I'm the universe. I'm the entire world. No worries, no illness, no marriage, no children, no pain, no mortgage, no debt, no emotional attachments. All have vanished. I can release all of this.
终于得到了大自
By
由，
doing so, I will attain true freedom.
无牵无挂。
I will be genuinely free. And liberated.
我变成了春风，吹遍
I
大
am the spring breeze, gently blowing across the land.
花儿争
Flowers bloom
开放，
as I pass by.
我就是春风，
I'm the spring breeze,
去巡游整个世界。
I'm free to roam the entire world.
我就是山，
I'm the mountain.
我是无尽茫
I'm the
茫的
endless,
山
vast mountains.
我就是山下清清的小溪，
I'm the clear, pure streams at the foot of the mountain.
清清澈澈，
I flow
甘
gently,
甜的流淌。
I'm clear and sweet.
清澈而甘甜，
I'm clear and sweet.
大家搓搓手，
Now, rub your palms
轻轻搓搓
together.
手收工。
Gently glide your palms over your face to close the exercise.
这就是一种修道得道的状态。
This is a state of enlightenment.
这是我在21岁的时候的状态。
This was my state at age 21.
同样都在修八卦的，
Many who practice energy bakwa
一般理解不到。
do not truly understand it.
我的八卦的人祖师
Grandmaster Ren taught me
他的
energy
八卦
bakwa
是人天合
that
一，
unites heaven and mankind.
而一般人走的八卦，
Most
只有
people
带着
practice
武功
bakwa to improve their kung fu
格斗的八卦
and to learn how to fight and
是
kill.
不一样的。
Our energy bakwa is quite different.
所以天地人
Heaven,
自然
earth,
它
man,
本
and
身是合为
nature,
一体的。
they are naturally one.
你开始听到我这样讲，
After my explanation,
你才重新理解八卦内功当
you
时
now
的
see the true
这样的
meaning
一种
of the guidance within the practice
之后，你
music.
慢慢就成为一个 与天地自然
Then you will become
而唯
enlightened,
一的得到。
one with heaven and nature.
那些疾病
Your illness
不用吃药都自己好。
heal naturally without medication.
这次有机会的话，
If you have
大家
time,
在抽时间进入这样的清
try
静
to
状态
tune into this quiet,
对，
peaceful
你就
state
听着八卦
again.
内功的这个引导词，
Listen to the energy Bagua instruction, and you will be enlightened.
才让我们增长大智慧，
Great wisdom will
就让
arise.
自己的生命重
Your
新
life will transform and renew.
成为一个新的我，
A new self awaits you.
心大如天的我，
You will have a heart as vast as the
气势磅
sky.
礴的我，
You are powerful,
但是还是
yet
热爱世界的我。
still love the world.
就愿大家
May
心无
everyone's
障碍
mind be
得
free of
大自在
obstacles and attain great freedom.
谢谢大家。
Thank you. Hold a heart of respect, reverence, and gratitude. Love the world and become one with it.
人生变得神奇，我智慧了。